everybody, to the first dos&d Uncut of 2024. How good?
Good to be back. Just it's been a while since just the two of us.
6 weeks.
The two of us, you and I. Got a bit of a flu, unfortunately, at the moment. So, but we got to keep the ball rolling.
Yes. Well, we just did the maths. Last time we were here together 6 weeks ago.
That's a
Christmas
while.
and
It's a
the
while.
best of, which was a great episode.
It's a few interviews.
Few
in
interviews,
between,
a
which
trip-
we hope you guys have loved.
Oh, some unbelievable interviews, and obviously a trip to the Gold Coast, which we will get into shortly. But already this morning, maybe we're starting a little bit on the back foot with the dos&d, a bit rusty because the man who had one job this morning, just bring the cameras, arrived to the studio
Without them.
So,
But we're here. We went back. We got them.
We're here.
Got a chance to plan this beautiful show in the car.
It's going to be good, isn't it?
It's going to be a good one. Really, really excited.
Should we take what's upcoming for the other segments, and then we're gonna of course catch you all up on all things dos&d. But
Well, we've got two. One big one which I'm really, really excited for is one of our segment partners. What's in the golf box?
Oh, yes.
We've seen our guests pull out that beautiful little green piece of paper, and they've had to do a challenge or answer the question. Thanks to our good friends at Golf Box. We're looking forward to that. And both of us.
we're both having a crack at the golf box, which is very exciting. A bit nerve-wracking because we've had a few good ones lately. We'll talk about them later.
Yeah, another one. Have you ever heard of where you're trying to get around something? It's a loophole.
Loopholes.
So we're gonna
save you a few dollars. That's what we're gonna do.
Is that what we're doing?
We've got a few good loopholes. That,
coming from the biggest two tight asses in Melbourne.
Absolutely, we've got some good ones there. And then of course we've got we love this. Australian Open's just been, and the Australian Open obviously it brings tennis, great weather, great vibes, great music.
Yeah,
But,
we went day two. Actually.
We had a great day. We had a lovely day out.
I've actually never seen D get quite angry.
Actually, I did.
That's actually I've never seen D be vocal in public in an angry way.
Maybe we'll bring that story up in that segment.
Okay.
But the other thing Australian Open brings, apart from Dosh closing his eyes in a women's match, is dummy spits. A lot of rackets, a lot of, and we've got some of the greatest dummy spits of all time, locally and overseas, in sport and across a few areas. You have that, and then we've got a shocking story that happened around Christmas time where one of us, me, fumbled.
Yeah, you fumbled big time for the both of us. Let me say that.
I've let us both down, and
let's just say neither of us win anything. And just recently there was the big, huge, I think $100 million Powerball, right, here in Australia. Well, let's just say neither of us win anything ever.
No.
We went to an event. Let's just say we should have won something, and somebody lost the ticket.
We'll tell you exactly what that was and what we lost very shortly. But before we do, let's catch everybody up, Dosh, because it's been 6 weeks. It's been a while. Everybody's eagerly dying to hear what's happened in our lives. And, of course, we're not going to tell you about all the great things that are happening. We're just going to throw each other under the bus of all things that go wrong. And I'm going to start with you.
I know where you're on straight away. Because we've just been to the Gold Coast.
We've been to the Gold Coast. Yeah. Oh, you want to start there?
I thought that's where you're going to go in the,
All right, well,
go wherever you want to go.
Well, maybe we will start on the Gold Coast because there's a couple of things that I noticed. Firstly, we went up to the Gold Coast. You guys would have heard the last 2 episodes, Gold Coast based, which is fantastic. Go listen if you haven't. They're both great stories. Now, outside of that, though, we said to ourselves, now, we have the old business card, dos&d, and we say to each other, now, when we buy the hire car, which was the second time we've done it, we're like, we're not going to get conned on the insurance. Let's not crash the car. Let's drive safely. But, the hire car might be $50 a day, but with insurance, that skyrockets right up to really pushing the tight ass budgets.
Yeah, it pushes the dos&d card, that's for sure.
And you get off the plane and you go straight for your hire car venue. And what happened, young man? Who flaked first out of the two of us?
You did.
I did?
Yeah, you definitely did. No, because you just went quiet. You went dead quiet all of a sudden when
he guilt tripped me.
So we had to, I fell in love, actually. Let's just say that. I fell in love
with this man.
Well, I said it to someone the other day. If I have a really nice interaction with someone, I've said it before, I go, I want to get a beer with this person. Like, just based on the pure niceness. And his name was Augusto.
Lovely bloke. Brazilian?
Great fellow. And we just hit it off. But he was trying to sell us and upsell us, and basically he ended up just saying to us, I think he asked, now, do you want to do insurance? And we said, no, we're right. And then he went, ooh. And he goes, you sure, boys? And then we'd already told him by this stage what we do for a living because he'd asked. And then he kind of went, geez, that's $5,000 excess, boys. He goes, podcasting must be doing very well.
So he goes, if you do crash, you got $5,000. And then it starts, now you don't even have to crash. A trolley could hit you in the parking lot. Somebody could swing their door open and hit yours. And
when he said that, I saw D's face just go, oh.
It broke me.
And then I looked at Dad and said, now, do you want to?
Because I looked at Dos. Dos, I must say, you're very good. You're firm.
Yeah.
And I kept looking at you because I was getting conned and you're like, no, stand our ground. And then in the end, I went weak at the knees. And, well, anyway, we didn't crash and we wasted another $200 or $300 out of the old account. That's okay. We've got sponsors. Thanks, guys, for looking.
But I thought you were going to go.
I am going there next.
You're going to go
we got the hire car. We went off to the studio and then and Dos spent 6 to 7 months living on the Gold Coast, maybe a bit longer. I lose track of time.
About 7.
It's a different part of the world, different vocabulary, different way of living. People are more surfy, a bit more alternative, I'd like to say.
I'd say no. I would say just a lot more like
creative,
surfy, relaxed, chill.
Chill. And we all know those people. We're us city slackers. Is that what they
Slickers.
Slackers.
I consider myself a hard worker.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought too. Well, our city slickers, we're not great on the surfboard and we're not great with the old.
Don't get me near the water.
But I tell you what, I would have thought I'm with a pro surfer when I'm with Wayne Custerson on the Gold Coast, because this man right here. Literally, he meets somebody that's a little bit more, let's say, cool, like laid back, got the slick back hair,
got the long hair.
Yeah, got the long hair, the tattoos and the nose piercings, and and they're using all the cool words.
They go to the Burley Pavilion on a Saturday,
and suddenly Dos was describing things as gnarly, which I've never heard him ever say that.
Or calling him man, or
It stops calling. It doesn't call him mate, or he calls him man, or he calls him dude.
No, have I ever said a bro?
I don't know. You said a bro. I used to until we got a lot close. I used to use bro a lot, and that's kind of now I get shamed for that.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is Dos really doesn't like when I call him out, and I bit my tongue like 3 times. I'm like,
he left the room, didn't he?
Yeah, because I'm like, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. And then I'm like, I think he left the room. I'm just like, that's gnarly.
Yeah, you said, oh, gnarly.
And Dos just
I didn't know, but I knew. I was like, no, you're right.
And then in the end, he just said, write that down for the podcast. Now, the other thing I just want to quickly, it was your birthday, which people would have saw, but what did you get for your birthday?
Very lucky. When you get a couple of cards, bit of cash. I kind of said to the fam, I really want to buy a PS5.
Yep.
So, I was lucky. Got a bit of cash from Ghani, my girlfriend, family. Even a bit of Christmas money went towards it, but got myself a PS5 because I said I'm not getting
sucked in.
No, I'm not getting the new FIFA until I get a PS5.
Yeah,
smart.
And you love FIFA.
I love FIFA.
We've talked about it many times.
We have, but
you used to do naughty things to FIFA.
I did not.
Well, if it's on another episode, you can go find.
But so this is the only issue. So what happened was, when you get a new toy, you're so excited to spend the time. Whether it's you get a new PlayStation game. You're set for the next night or the next day. You go, I'm going home. I want no distractions. I'm playing this. Like, I'm going hard. Well, I got the PS5 on a Sunday, and I said to Ghani, look, I'm going to Big W because they had the cheapest price.
Yeah,
let's just say that. And I went there, got it, took it back. I was so excited. Took it back, set it up, did all the the loading and installing. That's the word, installing. And I was putting the FIFA disc in, and it wasn't. It was saying disc unread, and I got it out, and it was covered in scratches. Right,
and fuming.
I was angry,
from all reports.
and I was really upset because I've finally done something for myself. I've only gone and bought something, and the whole thought. And I know Big W is only 5 minutes up the road. I went to Chapel Street, Big W, South Yarra.
Okay,
and they looked after me there.
Yeah,
I had to drive back. Drove back, told the bloke, and he said, "Oh." He looked at the disc and it did have some scratches. I was like, mate, it's scratched like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, cats had to go at it.
He goes, well, I'll give you another one. So get one, go, leave. And the effort, it was pissing down rain that day. I was in my thongs. I nearly slipped over at one point, actually. Get back home, put the disc in again, same thing. I think, you're fucking joking.
Yeah, not happy.
Well, then I thought I better work this out because something's not right. Well,
faulty PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was the console. But turns out I was actually putting the disc in upside down the wrong way. So the first disc probably would have been fine.
Does it made a big fuss?
But I didn't tell Ghani that because I made a big fuss in front of her. I thought this is not acceptable.
I hope she hears this.
This is not good enough from Big W, but
it was all fine in the end.
Well, I've been playing it every day since.
Lovely.
So yeah,
well done.
Yeah, one game. So I'm a FIFA boy. One thing I'm, you know what I'm going to buy?
What?
WWE 2K24.
Yeah.
I'm
Really?
Yeah. No, I
You're
am.
back on the
I'm
wrestling
back on the
train.
wrestling. You know that I've told you I'm back on it in a way. I have been saying to you because you keep going, are you really, Dos? But I reckon I am. It comes to around Royal Rumble time and I am.
Yeah.
Speaking of Royal Rumble, you watched the Rumble, didn't you?
Well, I did, actually. This used to be a big tradition in our friendship group.
Yeah,
Every year we all loved our wrestling as teenagers, and there was 2 events each year, or 3 actually, that we always made sure. It was SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and Royal Rumble, and the boys would all get together. We actually used to bet on it, if you remember. We used to all pull random numbers.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And anyway, the Royal Rumble's coming around this year, and Dos was actually away, which we'll get to in a second, where you were and what you were doing. But 3 of the boys decided to meet up, Jai, Will, myself. And the Royal Rumble, for those that don't know, it's a one-off match once a year. It's the big... the winner of it, there's 30 men that come in. The winner of it gets a ticket to the biggest event of the year and a title shot. And basically, if you get thrown over the ropes and hit the ground, you're out. It's elimination.
Both feet must touch the floor.
Yeah, and that's my kind of style. It's fast paced. I'm not a technical wrestling fan.
Yeah.
But anyway, I came over and I had a big night the night before, which
that's very unlike you too.
I was just tired. I was tired, so I got to Jai's, and Jai's got a very comfy couch. So basically, how it works is 1 and 2 enter, and then every 90 seconds, the next participant rolls in. Well, I saw 1 and 2 enter, and I thought I might just close the old eyes for a second. and I fell into a deep slumber. That's what I will say. Because I was expecting a 5-minute power nap, and I woke up. You know when you wake up groggy, and when you sleep on a mate's couch, you actually don't even know. You know when you expect to see your own bedroom and stuff, like you're in that much of a haze. Up, where the fuck am I? And basically, there was 2 men left in the ring. So
it wasn't the 2 blokes that were starting.
No, they're probably long gone. So I missed everything. I missed the whole thing, and I slept through the whole thing, and I saw the last guy get thrown over and the winner announced. And I looked over, and Will James was snoring at this point, like, oh, shut.
And he loves wrestling.
Yeah, and Jai Richardson, who loves it too, he was kind of in a groggy vein. He said, mate, to be honest, I nodded off for a while too. But we all slept through the big event. And
wow.
this was 2 o'clock.
That's when you know we're aging. We're
2 o'clock
old.
on a Sunday. This isn't late at night. This is 2 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon. So that's kind of what happened there. But where were you?
Well, I would have loved to come, and I was actually really looking forward to that. And it just unfortunately fell on the same time I was away with the family. We were away on a Disney cruise.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, yeah, laugh for children, I bet. At one point I came back, and didn't you say all you 3 boys were just imagining me being the only, 30-year-old bloke?
Yeah,
the rest of the trip was either fathers that are in their 40s or 50s or young
kids,
children under 10.
Yeah,
but
that's what we were actually hoping that.
It wasn't that at all. It was actually really, really
I heard
good
it was
time.
very good.
But I didn't want to go on this Disney cruise, when it was brought to my attention a couple of years ago by my mum and my sisters. And Disney was always a big thing for our family growing up. We went to Disney World in America, Disneyland as well, and Disney was always a big thing. And now that I'm an adult, Disney's not my thing anymore.
Oh, really?
Which is quite, I think, normal. You grow out of it.
Yeah.
But Mum, there was a Disney cruise coming to Australia, and this is the first ever time it's come to Australia. It's always an American thing. It's an American ship, so why would it sail all the way across to Australia? But when it was mentioned, I said no chance in hell. I'm a grown man. I'm not going on that, and the money for it too. I was like, I don't want to spend my money on that. Something that I'd rather get flights, go somewhere else. And then my family guilt tripped me into it.
Yep.
And but then I started thinking, oh, geez, the buffet sounds quite good.
Oh, yeah, that's where you make your money back.
So that's where I make my money back. So I thought, it might be all right. And then we got on there, and it was a great time.
I reckon that's where you got sick, by the way.
I definitely did.
Yeah.
Garni got sick too. But what I wanted to bring up, which was one thing that you take the piss out of me all the time, and you guys know listening, is you might hear...
It's already been mentioned once already.
I get called Wayne from the man opposite me because I can't stand it, because it happens all the time. I'm getting called Wayne, and people mishear my name. I think it happened... When did it happen? It literally happened... Was it this... Oh, anyway. But it happens so much. It happens more. It happens more than you think. And it really does grind my gears. But this is the one that really probably set me off a little bit. And I just kept it to myself because we were around the family. But basically, they make this grand entrance when you come in. Each family comes into onto the ship.
Continue.
They have an announcer that goes through the speaker system.
Did this happen at your uni as well?
Yes.
Did you get...
Yeah, but it was, that was in front of bloody 5,000 people, that.
You got called Wayne at your graduation.
No, so they called me Wade, but no, Custerton. Not Custer Son.
Can never get it.
Never. It's one or the other. So as we're walking on, and so basically what happened was
so funny.
I didn't get called. The lady, you give the lady a pass, and then she gives the passes to the person reading the names out.
Yeah.
So they don't read the name out each individually. They read you out as a family.
Yep.
So the family name. But when she's scanning each individual person, she goes, Wayne, welcome to the ship. And then, look at her. Yeah. And then
David Butter
and then the big announcer goes, and please welcome the Custerton family.
Oh, no.
And it just happens over and over to the point where just
people are lazy. They just don't read.
Just read it properly.
Yeah.
I'd never heard before in my life until I got it the other day. I was in Sorrento for a wedding just only a few days ago. And the next day you go and have like a big brunch with you know everyone who was invited to the wedding if you can go. We go to this cafe or bar/cafe. It's really a beautiful day, sun shining. I thought, I'm going to get myself a coffee. And I wasn't too hungover. I actually felt really good. I was watching everyone else and they were dusty as hell. So I kind of felt good about myself. Go and order a coffee. And literally the night before, I was in the bridal party. And the night before, I was talking with a few of the boys and they were asking about my name because they wanted to make sure, like the girl, the MC, she wanted to make sure she got everyone's names right. And I said, and we were just talking about how people get our names wrong. And then I said, it's Wade. Yeah. Not Wayne, Wade. And
it's got to that point.
I have to.
Yeah.
And then we were having a laugh about it. And well, it got to, the wedding went well. I got called Wade, which was great. But then next day I go to order the coffee and it's a young French woman. And I really emphasize saying Wade. Like that's how I say it.
Yeah.
I don't I should just say
Dan.
I
should say DOS.
Should say Dan.
Say DOS.
Yeah, I should say DOS.
Go with the brand.
And basically go with the branding. And I said to her, Wade. And I'm writing and she obviously writes the name down, puts it to the side for the barista to start. And she gets the next person she's serving. And I look at it and I read it. I go, is that what I think it says?
Oh, no.
And I looked at one of the boys. I said, is that what I think it says? And then she'd spelled my name W-I-D-E. White. I was like, what are you trying to say here?
Well, it's funny. Actually, it's funny you say because I don't. Most people call me Danny. Most people call me Danny, except for like a handful of people. And it's got to the point where was it? A couple of weeks ago when I was out, I decided to get. I was a bit peckish, and I knew I was going to have a few vodka lime sodas. So I thought I've got to get something in the guts. Otherwise, you know what I'm like, 2 drinks and I'm anybody, so to speak.
Yeah, you go to water.
I go to water, and even saying Danny in front of people that they all give me shit, and
Wait, in front of like who? Like people that don't call you Danny.
Yeah, like anyway, it's weird.
Well, I find it weird sometimes.
You find it weird, but not the weirdest thing that happened that night. I actually discovered that I spent a whole night going out bars and nightclubs, and I was feeling a bit of an itch down my down my backside. I'm like, gee, why is my jocks tag pushed out? Well, next night I came home and got up the next morning and I spent the whole night with my jocks inside out and visible jocks because my pants kept falling down. So basically, let's say I was wearing Bonds, they would have said it the opposite way. And that was a bit embarrassing. But one last thing I just want to bring everyone up to speed with because you dabble this in the podcast. You always say, D's got a hernia, but
it's almost like a little Easter egg.
Yeah, I've had a hernia.
For those who really listen, he has an issue.
I've got a big, and finally I'm like, you know what? New Year's resolution, I'm getting this fucker fixed, right? So in early Jan, I'm going to the doctor.
For those, okay, D doesn't have private health insurance, and because of that, he's now on a waiting list. So that's why it's been there for so long, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But now you've had enough.
It's not even that bad. It's massive. And the doctor actually said to me, I don't know how you've
had it for a couple of years,
a year and a bit, and he goes, and it's in the nether regions, and he goes, I don't know how the hell you run and go to the gym with that thing because he got a measuring tape out. But anyway, the point of this story is where it's located. Now, it's located where the package is. It's probably a little bit northwest.
The pubic bone area, isn't it?
Yeah. There's a big lump, big golf ball there, big golf box there. And
I don't think they'll be right with that.
No. Anyway, the doctor goes, mate, pull your trousers down. Let's have a look. And he got the measuring tape out. So first I've got another man with a tape measure measuring this bulbous of a thing.
This tumour.
But the funniest thing is I don't know if you've had this at the doctors, because I used to never want to pull my pants down. I still don't.
Mate,
So-
I've had a finger up my ass in the doctor's office, so
I
nothing.
can't-
I'm not afraid of
I
anything
can't
now.
do that. So now he goes, now, should we sit or stand? He goes, let's stand. So I'm standing, and he's on it, basically like kneeling in front of my crutch. And he goes, now pull your pants down. Now I covered the junk, right? So I made a
He's
nice
kneeling.
He's kneeling in front of it. Now I covered in a nice little triangle. But for him to, because he's not kneeling, he's actually on his feet, right? So he's like that. So to keep him stable,
So he's squatting.
he's kind of squatting, yeah. But to keep him stable, he's got one hand holding my bare ass to keep him balanced, and the other.
Is he wearing
hand-
gloves?
Yeah. So I'm standing there with another man's hand on my bare ass, and then he's got a measuring tape on the hernia, and the weird thing is I've done the whole Ricky
Are
Gervais
your
thing.
balls completely out?
No, I'm covering him with my shorts.
Okay, so they're not pulled all the way down.
No. But you know the Ricky Gervais joke where he's at the doctor's and he doesn't know what to say. So I did the exact same thing. I started making small talk with him while I could feel the man breathing on my on my area. But just letting everyone know the hernia will be
What's
fixed
the
very
update?
soon.
Yeah.
No update. So, but that might come up a bit later in the loophole segment because there's a little way around it that I've discovered. So anyway, that's it. That's a bit. It's a long intro.
It's a lengthy intro today.
But we needed to bring everyone up to speed, and let's get into it.
This episode of the dos&d show is brought to you by Fleet Plant Hire Solutions.
We couldn't do the show without them, Dos.
No.
They are absolutely number one. Think of the biggest projects in the country. I'm talking railways, talking roads, bridges, all the good stuff. When there's earth-moving needs, they're the one-stop shop.
Chris and the team at FPH are the best in the business.
yes.
But I think what separates them from everyone else and why they're the best is they put people first. They are customer-focused, and that's why we love them so much.
We can't thank them enough for getting behind the show. Visit fph.com.au right now for all your earth-moving needs. Let's get back into the episode. Okay, you teased off the top of the show, and I think the audience, they can't wait to hear this one because, this is a moment we stuffed up. But
You stuffed up.
I stuffed up.
Yeah, D stuffed this one up.
Take us back, Dos. Take us to the date, the location. Where were we?
It's a couple months ago now. It's the start of Feb, so it would have been mid-December.
Yep.
We're invited to a Christmas party for our now major naming rights partner, which we haven't even mentioned.
No, you would have heard in the last few episodes they slipped in, but let's announce
Fleet Plant Hire Solutions.
FBH.
FPH, our good friends. We love them. They're the absolute best in the business when it comes to anything to do with earth moving.
The greatest.
The ad will be playing some stage throughout this episode.
I can't
that's
wait
for
to
sure.
We love creating those ads now.
Yeah, they're good fun. But we're at their Christmas party last year, and Chris, he's the managing director.
Yep.
Chris invited us along, and he said, "Boys, come along." They sponsored a few episodes last year, 5 episodes, and he said, "Come along. All our clients will be here. It'll be a good chance for you to come and just, mingle with everybody, and we'd love to have you there." So, basically, it was at George on Collins, this beautiful venue, and Casey Stoner was the guest speaker.
Yep.
And Nathan Brown was the MC. I wonder who's going to be the MC this year.
I wonder if Brownie will get the call up again.
I don't know.
Or is there a couple of younger talents and running through the ranks?
No comment.
Yeah. I mean, that's going to be the big announcement. Who's emceeing this event? Who cares about the guest speaker? I just got a feeling it's going to be the most entertaining hour of people's lives, and you're going to get some serious quality. Unfortunately, this is not a ticketed event, so. But if you want to be invited, you have to spend a bit of coin with Fleet Plan. So buy your swimming pool and get them to do it, or work for the Vic government.
But basically, as you walk in, you're greeted with a margarita and a raffle ticket. So we grabbed ourselves a margarita. You grabbed an espresso martini, and
Can I just say before we move on? Imagine if, by some chance, Nathan Brown's listening to this, and this is broken. Just imagine. Oh, we love you, Brownie. We love you,
we
mate.
love him on the show.
Yeah, I actually messaged him the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. Check the day. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. So we had margaritas on arrival.
Margaritas on arrival, and you get given a raffle ticket, and there's going to be a big major raffle. I'm crying, and a major prize was.
Sorry, Brownie.
So I think third prize was like a night at the QT.
Yep.
With dinner
expensive
voucher.
people, yeah.
Second prize was I think really 4 tickets to the Australian Open or 2 really good tickets to the Australian Open. First prize was a round of golf with you and 2 others You and a friend,
yeah.
you and one other, go around with 2 other people to the Cathedral, the most prestigious golf course in Victoria.
Now, for us, that got lost on us a bit because we're not massive golfers. But for a lot of our golfer friends, they're like, boys, like there's not many members. You can't just pay a fee and rock up. Like it's invite only.
Well, even Royal Melbourne, I think you can actually buy, a group to go and play at Royal Melbourne.
You can't just rock up and play here. So it's the most prestigious tournament. And course.
Yeah. We're not playing in a tournament, I tell you that.
God, I
wouldn't have wanted to win that. Yeah. But Cathedral, it's the best of the best. You have to know someone who knows someone who knows someone.
Yep.
So basically, we walked in not really thinking much yet. We have the raffle tickets.
Chuck it in your pocket.
We get mingling, a few more margaritas.
Yeah.
And then we sit down, we have dinner.
We listen to
Nathan
Brown
Nate Brown and Casey Stoner. That was great. And then it comes to the raffle being drawn. Now, I've got my raffle ticket in my hand, and D starts trying to fiddle. I see him just moving around, and he's actually bumping me a bit. And he looks at me and he goes, mate, I can't find my raffle ticket.
So, at this stage, I'm panicking because I'm like, where the hell is it? I'm looking in my wallet because I don't lose things. This is the annoying thing. I don't lose things.
But I do.
And I can't find my raffle ticket. So I say to you, just out of interest, what are you? And you're like, I'm blue 24. So I'm like, all right, I took the very next ticket. I know I'm blue 25.
Yeah.
And at this stage, I'm like looking, I'm like checking, you've got it, we can't find it. I'm like, all right, if God forbid, because at this stage, I don't want to hear B25, blue. But I say, I'm like, let's just please don't
As long as it's not that.
As long as it's not that. So
third prize, read out, not us.
Enjoy.
That's fine.
Enjoy.
Have fun at the QT.
Yeah.
Second prize, read out. Anything?
No, have fun at the tennis. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
All the best.
All the best.
And we're at this stage, we're wanting, because we said to each other, if we win, I take you, you take me.
Yeah.
So we're going for B24.
Yeah, so I'm B20, blue B24. We're praying for that because D has lost blue B25. And then we hear Chris read out, blue B25. And
my heart's sunk.
We're like, are you kidding me? And there was just kind of crickets. And then, you hear everyone go, redraw. And then D actually put up his hand.
I'm like, I've won.
I've actually won. And then they thought...
Westy was excited.
Yeah. But then they kind of thought you were taking the mickey a little bit, didn't they?
Well, they thought I was taking the mickey. But then there was a bit of commotion because normally you run up with your ticket. Well, I didn't have a ticket. So I'm kind of yelling, I've lost my ticket. Everyone's like, oh, yeah. But then some other bloke comes up and he goes, here's a ticket. And he goes, I found it on the floor over there, and points to where we probably spent the previous hour mingling and chatting and putting down the espresso martinis. So he's come up and we fumbled.
Claimed it.
And I've gone to West and we've caught up with him at the after party.
Yeah.
And we explained the whole thing. And he's like, I was so excited when I saw you boys had won because he's like, oh, we'll go out.
Yeah.
And anyway.
Didn't happen.
And now I can't believe that luck. Like, you don't win anything.
We never win anything.
So we've decided we're going to keep this quite short. But when have there been times where you've won something that you can't claim? Because that for me, that could have been the golf box segment today. When did I stuff up? But that was... mate, I'm actually sorry.
No, it's okay.
No, I'm really sorry.
It's all right.
I know I've said it before, but I'll say it publicly. I'm sorry.
Let's just say this. I caught up with a few mates, barefoot, bowls. Please beep that out. Because I said that thinking it's a nice little in-joke.
It is an in-joke. No one knows what that means.
Nah, but basically, caught up with a few mates, and we go play barefoot bowls. And 2 of them are mad golfers.
Yeah.
Family friends of mine. And they play every week. And they're guns. They're both really, really good. And one of them, Jake Lovett. Lovey, I mentioned to Lovey, I said, mate.
Because he saw you having a hit, didn't he?
No. So what it was I mentioned to him about, I said, I actually was telling, he goes, how's the potty going? And I just said, oh, look, looks like we've just signed a new sponsor. And mate, funnily enough, me and Dee were meant to, I told him about the prize we're meant to win because he loves golf. And I didn't say, I just said, at, what's the name? I think it's called Cathedral. And his jaw dropped.
Oh,
and
golfer's dream.
Yeah, but well, Chris did mention to us. He goes, "Don't worry about it, boys. I'll take you for a round anyway."
Yeah.
So
let's snip that part up.
Yeah, but we'll wait and see. But again, I'm not desperate for it because I'm not great. But when I told Jake that, he offered for us to go, and he goes, "We're having a few hits in the backyard," and I was shanking them everywhere, missing it, shanking it, and he actually looked at me and he said, "Mate," he goes, "if you're gonna go and play there, you need to practice. He goes, you can't be hitting it like that. Like he was being deadly serious. He goes, I'd
be nervous to play there,
yeah,
wouldn't you?
me too.
Like imagine leaving divots
Yeah,
and swinging them there. Well, do you have any examples of times, there's a couple. I mean, the classic one is, and we've all heard this, is the Bitcoin, the early Bitcoin investment.
One just came to my mind, and it's not a biggie, and I know you've got one racing related in a minute, but I remember as a kid, we had a Christmas party and a Positive Move Christmas party.
Yep.
Dad's business, a Positive Move, like Cranbourne Race Club. And I would have been, I reckon, 12.
Yep.
So, and it's night racing, and Dad's, said, do you want to put on a bet? Bloody oath. I didn't know how it worked. Chose my favourite number 9. Runs around, wins. I'm trying to find my dad, thinking, oh my God.
Oh, no.
And I said, Dad, mate, Dad, it won. And he goes, oh, mate, I didn't put it on.
Oh.
So I was pretty, at that moment, I was pretty shattered. I was a kid, mate. Yeah. I would have won, I think, $50 as a kid.
That's good. Good coin.
A 12-year-old kid, I would have been like, that's life-changing money.
Wow.
But didn't come to fruition.
Well, one of my favourites, of all time, and this happened. I wish I had the example of this, but I remember this clear as day. It would have been Melbourne Cup. I reckon 2009, 2010, around that era, where we were on Facebook, and somebody posted. They got the trifecta. Fantastic. Like, hard to get.
Hard to do.
And thousands, a couple of grand they won. And they put the picture of the winning ticket on their Facebook.
Like, holding it up? Or?
Yeah, no, just a picture, like the tickets on the, and they said, like, to prove I've got the numbers, like I've won the trifecta. Amazing. Fantastic, Well, there's a little loophole, a little mistake that they decided to make. Some very quick-witted Facebook friend of theirs, wasn't me. I just want to preface by saying that 100% wasn't me if you think that's what I'm saying. But they basically took a screenshot and they could have been at the TAB, or they whizzed down to the TAB and they've scanned the code.
The barcode.
Because she's put the whole code on there and they've claimed the entire winnings.
That's so
And then
horrible.
a couple of hours later, that poor person then puts another post
Was
up.
it a man or a woman?
I think it was a woman, and she basically to the scumbag, that blah, blah, blah. Like, fair enough.
Pretty dumb, though, to do that, I must say.
Yeah, and there's been countless people do it all the time. They put on Twitter and Facebook and things like that go wrong.
Well, this is one that, and I went into a newsagent the other day to get a card. Went into the newsagent, got the card, and I saw like these big screens at the back of $100 million Powerball, and I was actually tempted to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
I think it was 25, 26
you always get tempted, yeah.
And I was like, what if I win?
Yeah.
And then I went, Dos, you're not winning. Like, no chance. But it did make me think there's got to be people out there that have won tats or won the lottery and they've lost the ticket.
Yep.
And I was right, because it's definitely happened. So Martin Tott, 33, and his 24-year-old wife, Kay, from the UK, missed out on a $5 million lottery fortune after losing their ticket. Now, $5 million, like, it's not $100 million, but $5 million.
That changes most people's. 99% of people's lives get changed instantly with $5 million.
So basically, a 7-week investigation by the company that runs UK's national lottery convinced officials that their claim to the winning ticket was legitimate. But since there is a 30-day time limit on reporting lost tickets, the company was not required to pay up, and the jackpot became the largest unclaimed amount since the lottery began in 1994.
No.
And then this is the lady who won. Thinking you're going to have all the money is really liberating. Having it taken away has the opposite effect. It drains the life from you and puts a terrible strain on your marriage. It was the cruelest fortune. It was the cruelest torture imaginable. So...
Oh, don't tell me they started investing in things prematurely.
Jeez, you wouldn't think so. Like, what are you doing with what money?
Well, unless if you got a bit of money, you got to put a loan down for a car, and you think, well, I know that's.
Imagine that.
That's horrible.
Like, that would be a shit feeling. Like thinking you've just we had that feeling essentially, but not with money.
Yeah, but it's probably How much would that experience be worth?
A few grand.
Yeah. So look after your tickets, look after your friends, look after your mates. So last week with Lee Castledine, great interview. We debuted a brand new segment which was called "The Price Is Right," where you went one-on-one with Lee in the Price Is Right style competition with a few products.
It was fun. It was
a lot of fun. Great feedback so far. As we record on the day it got released. But we have the Virtual Expo come on board for a segment for the next few weeks, which we're really, really excited to do so. Now, we decided we probably can't really do the prices right against each other today, so you'll see it again in the next couple of weeks.
For sure, it'll be there.
It'll be there with some more guests upcoming. But we're just going to dedicate the next segment to the Virtual Expo. But before we do, why don't you introduce us?
This segment is brought to you by our good friends at the Virtual Expo. If you want eyes on your business, this is the place to be, and all you need is an internet connection. Visit www.theexpo.com.au to get involved today.
Yeah, we'll explain what that means for all business people shortly.
There's your mobile.
We discussed off the top of the show that we're going to talk about loopholes. Now, the way this segment came about was, of course, dos&d being tight. Actually, it wasn't you, it was me. We basically, and everybody knows this, a year ago, we basically lost all the dos&d content for the previous time, 2.5, 3 years, with the old hard drive issues. When we lost all that, we invested in quite some expensive software that we downloaded and paid for that would supposedly recover all the lost files. Did it?
No,
it didn't. But we paid our money. Now, this thing though was an annual subscription. And I'm actually very thankful to this company because most companies don't do this. They actually send us an email saying, hey, in 28 days, letting you know the annual payment's coming out. So if you want to unsubscribe, now's the time, which I appreciate because most of the time they won't tell you that.
Why would they?
No.
Yeah.
So anyway, I quickly went and unsubscribed. Now, the thing about this and how it turns into loopholes is they do everything they can to make sure you don't actually unsubscribe. So that, they ask you why, can we fix this, blah, blah, blah. And their very last plead with you to not,
To keep you on.
is we'll give you 50% off. That's like our final offer. And they do like 30%. You say no. They go 50% for the next year.
Wow.
So I think for a lot of people, they go 50%. And I've noticed that even with streaming services now, I got binged for free, right?
Yeah.
For 3 months. And then once that expired, they gave me an offer the other day, $5 for 12 months.
Really?
$5 a month for 12 months. Sorry?
Jeez, they're desperate.
Yeah. So I'm like, there's loopholes there. And every time you unsubscribe from streaming services now, not everyone, but a lot of them, that's a loophole. Unsubscribe and they'll try and keep you on. And if you're keen to stay, worst case, you just keep paying what you pay. But there's a little loophole.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. A lot of the time, when you're just about to leave, the new technique is, well, let's get them on for 50%. And I've done that with the old internet as well.
Oh, yeah. You had a bit of a kerfuffle there, didn't you?
Signed a new three-month deal, contracted.
3-year contract.
Three-month contract, yeah. So, loopholes. We decided we'd find a few because this might save you guys $1 or $2.
So this loophole I found, which I thought very clever.
Yep.
Very, very clever, but you couldn't get away with it now. We're talking probably 5-10 years ago. So a Chinese man booked first-class plane ticket. He would arrive with his ticket and he'd go straight to the lounge. So he's first class. He'd sit in the lounge.
Our favourite place.
And consume all the goodies.
Yep.
Get straight into the buffet, get stuck in, eat it all, gobble it all up. Basically, he would cancel his ticket and reschedule it to the next day when basically he had enough food. So before the flight had even boarded, he'd reschedule because, I don't know, it must have been a setting or something you could do on the online portal where you could reschedule that flight. Didn't have to buy a new one, just actually, I don't need to take this flight anymore. Can I schedule it for tomorrow? So basically, he did that for the next day. He rocked up to the next day. Mate, helped himself.
So he just free lunches.
Went to town. Yep. Did it again. Guess how many days he did that for?
67.
300 days.
What?
He did this for 300 days until he got caught. Once he got caught, he got refunded his plane ticket.
So I don't, and this is the thing. People, this isn't breaking the law.
No.
These are all loopholes.
Yep.
These are little tricks.
Yep.
I mean, that
shocked me.
I think that's a good one. We know how good those lounges are, especially those good buffets there. Dos, we made our first experience there on the way back from the Gold Coast, and the very first minute of being there, Dos spilled the fried rice absolutely everywhere.
That's right.
Speaking of fried rice, stay tuned shortly. Here's a good one. Now this is obviously very niche, but a local radio station had a contest where you call in when they play the same artist back to back. That's quite a typical radio thing, and then you win a prize. Well, the radio station, they weren't too smart because what they did on their website, they have a now playing, a previous playing, and coming up next.
You're kidding.
So it says here, my girlfriend at the time would start calling in before the second song even came on. Wow. She won a ton of prizes ranging from concert tickets to a laptop.
How smart.
Yeah, so little loophole.
Wow.
And dumb on the radio.
I haven't heard that competition, that kind of style for a long time.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, but again, just don't put it on the website.
Now, this is one I found on someone's TikTok, which a couple of Aussie Aussie creators. I can't remember their names, but I saw the video and they did it. But essentially, it's to get courtside NBA seats.
Oh,
yeah. So
wow.
they went to StubHub, which is like what would you call that? Like a secondhand ticket selling.
Reselling
of tickets,
yeah.
and it's legitimate.
So if you in America, typically for the NBA stadiums, is you buy a season pass, so you get your seat for the whole season.
Yeah.
But if your duty is that if you don't go to the game, you're supposed to actually resell that so they fill the crowd up.
Yeah.
Especially like those really big teams.
So StubHub is a way to do that.
Yeah,
so
StubHub's the
if
number
you know
one
you're
one.
away, you can put it up there when you're not available to go to the game. So essentially, you go to StubHub, you get yourself a normal GA ticket, right?
Yep.
You jump on Canva if you're any good with graphics.
Oh,
and what you do is you create. You must be able to on that ticket. You can change it to say courtside or whatever it is.
That's so smart.
And then, but you scan in with the ticket, and then you've got this fake ticket on your phone. So basically, whip up that copy of the courtside ticket, scan your GA, go in, and then once you go in, wait for the crowd to kind of fill in the gaps.
Yep.
So don't just duck to courtside, jump in a random seat at the start of the game. Someone could come last minute or late to the game. Give it a little bit of time, quarter, and then walk down. And you'll notice like which seat you're going to go for. Show them the courtside seat, straight in.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
I like that one. Gee, we should be more creative with Canva.
We should.
Like, there's probably some good content there.
Yeah.
I like this one, and this is one you can all use, and this is one we should actually maybe use. So I still use this loophole of jumping on a shuttle bus out of LAX to a parking garage or hotel. So smart. You come out of, you just grab the free shuttle bus because they go around, as you know, at the airport. You just jump on it, get taken to a random hotel. That's where you call your Uber or your Lyft. So call the Uber from the hotel.
Why?
Because it avoids the Uber airport cost.
So the Ubers have an airport cost?
Well, it brings the ride home for him down to $10 from $40.
Really?
Yes, because at the airport they charge because they know people's desperate.
That's so true.
So what he does is he or she gets on a shuttle bus, a free shuttle bus that goes around, get taken a few kilometres away from the airport, and you get picked up from there.
I'll use that.
Yeah,
we should use that.
Yeah, let's give that a crack next time.
Yeah, I think in Melbourne though, I'll go with the shuttle.
We actually just pay we just park at the airport.
Yeah, we legitimately park at the airport. Maybe next time we don't. But
maybe Gold Coast.
Try
Gold Coast.
My third one is a pretty straightforward and simple one, which I've used many times.
You have?
Yeah,
Good. I like this.
And you know it, which is especially at Amy Park, the sporting complex. You have to have no specific stadiums, but I just buy a kid's ticket whenever I go.
Yep.
I buy a kid's ticket every time I go to Amy Park because they can't police it. There's no screens to show that I'm a child, I'm an adult ticket, whatever. I just scan through, big crowd, bang, I'm out.
If that video blows up, there's going to be your face on
it will be. But when you think like an adult's ticket, it could be up to like, I don't know, it could be up to $50, probably more sometimes, depending on the game. 30 to $50.
It's and especially if you go around stadiums of the world, like when we went to when we were going to Premier League.
Well, how much was Stamford Bridge? That wasn't cheap. I think it was £250 each.
Yeah. I like this one. This is just a malfunctioning machine. So if you can get onto a malfunctioning bit of technology, get onto it early, cash in. There was a drink machine in college that was 75 cents for a juice. If you put it in $1, it gave you 5 quarters in change. So it actually gives you put in, hang on. If you put in $1, it gives you 5 quarters in change. So
it gives you your money back.
Plus 25 cents. So I got a juice every day from Mum's before they finally fixed it. So just
free juice, that's some extra cash.
Free juice and making cash on that. So
not bad. Well, mate, I don't have any more loopholes. They're my loopholes. I love I love how the top one was specific about he was a Chinese man at the airport.
Very specific. Which was very specific. No need. Well, I'll give you just one more because I know you'll love this one, Josh. And this is just this is not one that we can all necessarily use, but just keep an eye out for your local Domino's or your what's our Bubba's.
A pizzeria near you.
Only if you're in Mornington for Bubba's. I remember as a kid, my dad had a round table coupon, buy one large pizza, get one free. The coupon didn't have an expiration date and they never collected it at payment. He would just show them the coupon, we'd apply the discount and we just use the same coupon for years.
Really?
So they never, that's just, like for goodness sake, take the coupon if you're working there.
What's that a coupon? Thanks.
Yeah, it's like the FBI card. FBI, okay, yeah, sure, come through. So
dumb.
Oh no, dumb. But you got to cash in on stupidity sometimes.
Yeah, you do,
especially in this tough economic
and probably
climate.
The delivery guys or girls are probably younger as well.
They don't give a crap.
They probably don't train them properly. Yeah, I see the coupon. Thanks.
So there's some lovely coupons.
Coupons.
there's some lovely loopholes for you. Now, a place where you don't need a loop.
Where?
Because it is the virtual expo.
Oh, the virtual expo.
Because that's where
so
you go
true.
now. If you've got a business and you really want to see it thrive, if you want eyes on your business, this is the place to go. So I'm talking. If you've got, doesn't matter what you do. Give me some businesses: graphic design, accountants.
Keep
hitting me.
Consultants.
They'll be there.
Marketing gurus.
Yep.
Real estate agents. Products.
Drone it.
E-com stores.
Yep.
Anything and everything.
Everything and anything. And if you've got your business and you want eyes on it, I'm talking, this is a global expo. So for 2 big days, there is an expo online. All you need is an internet connection. Set up your booth. Get thousands of eyes on your
So
business.
you're basically saying it's like if I went to a big expo, an expedition in Melbourne.
Yep.
I don't have to go to an expedition, line up and wait. And I can just go online and it's all there.
Set it up, and you know what? You can either be online, but if you're not online, every time if you've got a booth, every time I visit it or somebody visits it, you get a notification and say, "Hey, D's at your booth," and I can actually request a live meeting. You can hop online.
Wow.
Let's Zoom. Let's do it right now. So this is a place to be. Speakers, workshops. Get eyes on your business. Head to thevirtualexpo.com.au and.
That's
if you're
amazing.
a small business person, do it. And if you know what, if you don't want to exhibit, just grab a $20 ticket, take advantage of all the speakers and
That's so
workshops,
clever.
and go do some networking.
Love that.
All right, Dos, are you ready to take on the golf box?
I'll tell you what, I've seen a few guests do it, and I've always looked at it and thought, I'd be a bit nervous if I was them.
Firstly, just before we get into the segment, for those that look, I'm going to assume most people know. Have a listen, and if you haven't, well, you're about to have a great surprise. But out of the 6 we've done so far with the golf box, which one is your favourite so far?
Lee just recently had to ring the most famous person in his phone. And let me say, I don't think it was the most famous person,
No.
but still,
A good
someone
effort.
who we know, and he tried, they didn't answer, but that is one that,
That made me
I mean, I really don't want that one today because I've got a few big names in there.
Yeah.
So let's just say I'm not ringing them.
right,
Sam Newman, I'm not calling you today.
No, not today, mate. But what's in the golf box is brought to you by our good friends at Golf Box, Australia's greatest golf superstore. If you need it, they have it, and it gets to you fast and free. Shop online at golfbox.com.au. Now, the main part there, Dos, fast and free. That's incredible.
It's unbelievable. I've got a few friends that love golf.
Yeah.
So when I told them that Golf Box were jumping on as a partner of the show, as a segment partner, they couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
They were actually wrapped because I've never been a golfer myself. I've never purchased golfing gear or equipment or accessories or clothing. I've never been a golf person. So they were saying to me, no, they are the best.
They are. And and our guests love it and fans love it. So
They do.
If you are a golfer, make sure you head over there and check it out because fast and free, that is quite
You don't
incredible.
get that really anyway.
Not
do
in
you?
today's day and age, I will say. Now, you or me first. How do you want to do this?
Let's do a quick little rock, paper, scissors.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors.
You
All
can
right.
go first.
All right. So do you want to hold it
I'll
up?
hold
for
it
me?
up.
Oh, here we go.
Well, we need to get the branding in there.
Yeah.
So,
Can the camera see that?
yeah.
Yeah, good.
We can. All
All
right.
right. What is in the golf box today?
What's in there, mate?
Okay, I've got one.
Perfect.
Okay. Here's a good one. What's one moment you knew you fucked up?
Oof. Well, what would yours be?
I think who got
On the
this?
spot.
I think it was,
That's tough on the spot.
is that Lucas that got this one?
Yeah, he
whoever
did.
it was, he scrunched it right up
Yeah.
into a nice little paper mache. What's one moment I knew I fucked up? All right.
Give yourself a...
Yeah,
give yourself
okay. I'm just having a little think because there's definitely been times where I'm like, where my heart's dropped.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you one where I remember that I knew.
And it hasn't been shared on the show?
I don't think it's been shared. No. So this is going back. There's probably about 3 people involved in this incident.
It's an incident.
I don't know why this has come to mind. But we were basically back in the day. I was working in a warehouse. The OG dos&d followers will remember that I worked there for quite a long time, and basically a couple of things happened. We had these walking forklifts, so they're not a proper forklift. You kind of walk them around, and you get the pallets down from way up high. So it's all electronic or button pressed. Well, there's 2, right? So one moment I knew I really stuffed up was it was like my 2nd or 3rd week working at this warehouse, and I was a bit ambitious. I'm like, I'm going to get that pallet that's up high because I'm sick of asking for help, right? So anyway, I go in and I'm walking behind this thing, and I look I'm like, yep, that looks pretty good. And then you slide the forks in, or the
The forks, yeah.
and you slide in, then you pick up the pallet, and away you go. Well, I misjudged the height, and I've slid in with speed, and I've actually hit the underbar.
Oh, no.
But what's happened is the forklift's bounced back off, and it's rolled onto my foot, onto my toe, right? So I've got, and this thing weighs a ton, like I'm like an absolute ton.
Yeah. Well, it carries tons, so it has to weigh a ton.
So I've got this big forklift stuck on my foot. The entire thing's on my foot, and I'm like, I'm in trouble. And you're panicking because I'm like, I don't want to call for help. I don't want anyone to know.
You're at the new job.
So I've tried to rip my foot from the forklift, right? So in that moment, I knew I fucked up. I'm in trouble here. So I've tried to rip my foot out. And I've just felt this, like, so I've ripped, I know, okay, the nail's gone. I've ripped my nail off, but the foot's still stuck. So I had to roll the foot, I had to push a button and roll the whole thing back off and then go up to my boss and be like, look, I've made a mistake here. And I've taken my runner off and I've released my sock and just the blood just poured out of my foot. So, but I escaped with no major injury. I went to footy training 2 days later. Didn't actually train, but I showed up. And I think off the top of my head, that's one moment that I knew I stuffed up. Yeah. Was that okay?
Yeah, that's great. Do I have the
No.
same one? No.
You get a freshie, Dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking of one already.
Right, you get a freshie. What's in the golf box for you?
What's the worst excuse you've used to get out of something? Ooh. So that was what Lucas got. This one.
Oh, that's right.
Well, I haven't done a lot of dating. I mean, I've always been a girlfriend guy, so it's not like I've got out of dates or anything like that.
The Beatles documentary comes to mind.
No, but that was a genuine. That was a genuine want. Maybe is that worth saying?
I reckon it is. Okay. I like that one. This is one of my favourite stories. I know it's been shared, but
has it?
I think it has. Yeah. Because you weren't happy when I mentioned because Camille was filming.
Oh yeah. Well, this one. Oh, well, yeah. So I was dating a girl. It would have been a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
Before we went to London, and basically, there was a new Beatles documentary that came out. I think it was on Disney or Amazon. I think it was Disney Plus. And you know me, I love older music, and I go through phases. So when there's like some type of documentary or movie, before the movie, I'll set myself up and I'll just be listening to the artist nonstop. Did it with Bohemian Rhapsody and Queen. You know,
Elton John,
Rocket Man. Did it with Elvis, even though I listen to Elvis a lot. Did it with Elvis. And then when it came to the Beatles documentary, the Get Back, not Got Back. Yeah. Thanks, Paul.
Unlicensed music.
But basically, we had like a date organised with the girl I was seeing at the time. And yeah, we're working at the time. And then I didn't realise that got released that day. This documentary, and I just said to her, I was like, I went, before I even told her, actually, I went up, because I set my night up, I thought, I'm going to go up to Woolies, get myself a few little treats.
For your bag of, what's your brand?
Natural Confect. I even think I bought a little tub of Ben and Jerry's.
Oh, he was really setting himself out for
the night. And I thought, I'm going to kick back and I'm going to watch this Beatles, because it's a long documentary. Yeah. And yeah, I messaged her and I just said, look, really, really sorry, but I'm actually going to just have a night for myself. I'm going to watch the Beatles documentary. That's not even that funny. So why did you want me to share that?
No, it's because...
It's such a pathetic excuse?
No, but my favourite thing is how much of the documentary did you watch before you decided, oh, fuck it, I'll go over there. That's my favourite part of the story. Is that it was all great intent until we decided, actually, something's making him a little bit frisky.
Excited.
Yeah.
So then...
so what, 45 minutes in?
No, I reckon it was an hour and a bit.
It's a long doco.
After maybe the first or second episode, I thought, you know what? No, maybe I do need to get some shut-eye.
The wink at the camera.
Yeah, but that's mine.
Well done.
Now, that excuse probably isn't even that funny. But
I love it.
But I know for a fact that you've got probably one of the best excuse stories ever. Which, could you share that?
I don't think I've shared this on the pod before, but it just triggered me when you're doing it. I'm like, oh God, this is nightmarish. Maybe we'll get this branding in there. Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to want to associate with this next couple of minutes, but we'll put
it more closer to your head. Yeah.
How's that there?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, how's that? Can see? Good. Yeah. So what happened? I had a date lined up too back in the day. You know, I used to take my dating quite serious back in the day. I used to.
You took it very seriously.
Yeah. And anyway, I lined up a nice night, and we decided. I never met her. This was the first date. I decided, hey, we're going to go and It was a Friday night.
Mini golf. Let me guess. Mini golf.
That's typically it, but it wasn't.
And
this
then a bar
occasion.
for a drink after?
No, because she was in a different area. I can't remember. I truly can't remember. But we decided we're going to the movies, which I hate. But she really wanted to see this movie. I'm like, all right, we'll go to the movies, right? But I said Friday night we'll go at like 8:30 or whatever. But at the time we had a training session for football on Friday nights too. So we'll train in the preseason. We train 3 nights a week. So Friday night, cool. I'll go to footy training. So. The other issue that I used to have back in the day is the old intestines used to be a bit
Twisted.
and I used to get horrific stomach issues that caused a lot of problems on the old the toilet.
The old anus.
And this one day I was at work and I was in so much pain and it was the dumbest thing I've ever done. I'm like, I've got this date tonight. I need to get this out of my system because I don't want to be clogged up when the time comes. So we went to the supermarket. We bought laxatives.
Oh no, mate.
And I didn't take one laxative.
At work? Wait, were you constipated?
Yeah.
Or
No,
were
I
you
wasn't even that constipated. I was just nervous about it. Like, I wanted to get it out. So I didn't take one. I took 6 laxatives, right? And boy, it hits. Like, and it's like...
I know.
Like an hour in, I'm like, nothing's happening. And then I'm just like, oh, God. I remember...
Were they the chocolate flavoured ones?
Yeah. Horrible smell. Anyway, so... I spent basically 3 hours. Thank you for paying me for that day because I was just in there for the rest of the afternoon. Anyway, it went away, but I went to footy training and I thought it went away and I went up to take a mark and I got tunneled. So for those that don't play, it's basically when your legs get taken from under you. And when I hit the ground, I felt the splat. So I shit myself for footy training, right?
What, like white shorts or?
Not what, I can't remember, but I just remember hitting the ground and the guy went to pull me up and I said, no, don't pull me up.
Let me help myself up.
Yeah. So I've literally shit my pants at football training. And then I'm like, I've got a date in an hour. And I'm like, because I was going to go home, shower, put the cologne on, and get going. Well, what can you say? I'm like, I can't risk it now because it's coming. It's coming.
So you weren't going home after footy?
No, I was going to go home, shower and stuff, but I'm like, I can't go on this date. There's no way I
What do you mean? If you're going home, you could clean up?
Yeah, but it's been coming out all day. And it's come out, like, I didn't need to poo at footy training, and I've been tunneled, and the second I've hit the ground, it's come flooding out.
So you didn't even push it out? It
No, I didn't need to. It came out of me from a bump to the ground. So I'm like...
You might kiss the woman and just might shit yourself.
Yeah, or could get even...
Friskier.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I basically...
Did you see her at all after?
I don't remember. No, she was not happy because I pulled it... Like, again, I think she might have even bought the tickets.
Oh, come on.
I know, but... Well,
Did you pay her?
I don't remember, but I said I'll make it up to you. But the problem is, and that never happened. The problem is though, what can you say?
Yeah.
There's sometimes where, if it was a year,
I've got the runs.
If it was a year into the relationship, you tell the truth.
Yeah.
If it's a first date, you don't. So I made a pretty crappy. I can't remember exactly what the excuse was, but it was my mum's sick, or I need to drop my sister off somewhere, or I'm at the soup kitchen again. One of those.
I got a late call up.
Yeah, and that was my mate. But thank you, Golfbox. Appreciate it. Anything else we have to say?
Nah, just head to www.golfbox.com.au.
All right, this is a classic dos&d when we don't have the videographer for the day and we're doing it live from home. And how often do we end up sitting next to each other when the batteries run dead?
Not often.
No, it's happened twice a year.
Yeah, a couple times a
It's
year.
just us two. But welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's been great to be in your presence again. Just the two of us.
Yeah, no, it has been good. I hope you guys have enjoyed the dos&d Uncut.
Yes.
A few more of these this year for sure.
Absolutely. We're excited. Thank you to all the sponsors, Golfbox, Virtual Expo, and of course, Fleet Plan Hire Solutions. And yeah, we got some big interviews coming up soon, so stay tuned. Next week could be massive. We don't ever like to give away the name until it's been recorded, but if it goes ahead, which it should, wow, it's going to be big.
It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to it.
Subscribe if you're watching. Subscribe if you're listening. Follow us on all the socials and anything else.
Make sure you leave that review. We
Yes,
want to keep
good point.
seeing them going up and up. We know you guys listen, but
Yep.
we want to make sure that you're reviewing the podcast. We don't know exactly what you think. So, love it.
See you next week.